afternoon, Jay's crew. I'm talking about the subject I love talking about because it is so stupid. Quebec. Yes, that is correct. Quebec again. I'm talking about Quebec. Why? Because Quebec is the most retarded province in Canada. Okay? Let me tell you this why. So I was checking on Quebec News, and it was telling me that the employment of how much like people are getting employed has gone up. So it means that more people are getting employed. Great. Great. That is great. That's good news. That means there are jobs open for everyone. No, that's not right. There is not jobs open for everyone, really. There isn't. If you are French or speaking French and English, okay, you can get a job easily. Like simple. Very, very simple. Why? Because you need French to first speak it, and you need to be able to write French. So if you speak it, and so if you speak French and you speak English and you write French, you're good to go. If you speak French and you write French, sorry, that was like a bug or something that landed on me. If you just speak French and you write French, because I mean the language that you speak is French, so you're going to be able to write French, then you're able to get any job you want. Okay, now here's the funny thing. I have a friend who said that her friend has a job and she only speaks English, okay? That's great. But all she has is a Bachelor of Arts degree, so it doesn't really help her very much. But the real question is, she works for a company. Okay, that's great too. Working for a company allows you to speak English mostly, okay? Because I have a cousin who works, I guess he works for a company because he makes a good amount of money. That he just bought himself a condo, okay? So that's great. But the factor is, he only speaks English, so that works for him. I have another cousin who left Quebec to go to Calgary because he can't work here. Okay, same as me. He couldn't speak the French. So they say that jobs have gone up well, since June, okay? A lot of people are getting jobs. A lot of people are getting jobs and everything. But for people who, well, yes, hold on. But for people who only speak French, okay, so they're francophones, right? Yes. So francophones are the people who only speak French. They're able to get any job they want. To work at a metro, okay, well, at a grocery store, best way to put it. Like, you know, like if you want to work at Walmart, you need French. To even just be able to pack bags anywhere, like even to work at like Home Depot or Renault Depot or whatever, you need French. You need French. To even stock a shelf, I mean literally at 11 o'clock at night till 7 a.m., because that's 8 hours, you need French. Why? Because they hire that. I applied for a job at Walmart and I got rejected. Why? I don't speak French. If I spoke French, only French, that would work. If I spoke French and English, that would work also. But since I only speak English and I'm an Anglophone, I don't have jobs. I don't have the tools to be able to get a job. Everyone says, well, learn French, okay? Or, you know, there was a comment on one of my channel that says, well, you're ignorant, you're stupid, you're this, you're that, because you came to a place where it's French and you should learn the language. It's like, you know, to be honest, I didn't come to Quebec. I didn't say I'm going to live in Quebec because I want to live here and learn the French. I was born here. My parents are from here, so back in their time, it was mostly English, but there was still French, but it wasn't so like heavily like, we're going to shove French down your throat because that's what we want to do. It's more like, you know, you want to speak French? Go ahead. You want to speak English? Go ahead. You want to be able to do a job in English? Go ahead. You want to do a job in French? Go ahead. You want to do a job in English and French? Go ahead. They allow it all over. But the thing is, they don't allow it here in Quebec anymore, because now they think that the English are trying to take over their language and say, you know, well, we're going to shove English down your throat, when really it's the opposite way. The francophones want to succeed from Canada, as in they want to leave Canada and expect to get every benefit, everything that they have right now, and it's not going to happen. You're not going to be able to get everything you want. Quebec will not get everything they want. A lot of people are going to move away from Quebec so that they can actually go where they're not in their own country of Quebec, because if it is a country of Quebec, then it will be French. Dominant language, 100% French. Not English, not anything else, but French. Okay? Now, in my opinion on all this, when it comes to Canada, I'm against Quebec mostly, but yeah, I'm against Canada a lot, and whoo, something bit me. Whoo. Shit. So as I was saying before I got bit, or whatever it was, that I'm against Quebec because of them wanting to be French only. But I'm against Canada also because, I mean, I've never lived anywhere else, but you know, really, if you think about it, I call Kelowna Little Utah. Why? Because it's got a lot of American things. Okay, now in my opinion, I believe that United States should come and invade Canada. Literally. Okay, just take over it and just make us all American. Why? Because then I can live in Arizona, I can live in Utah, I can live wherever. And it's much better because then I don't have to worry about, well, what's a nice hot place to live? Well, there is no place that's actually like hot, that actually where it's all year round, never snows, nothing. There is nothing like that here in Canada. It's retarded. We're up in the north and it sucks. But getting back to the main point of Quebec, as in Quebec says there's a lot of jobs out there, but there isn't. There's only for francophones and for bilingual people who speak both languages, or people who just speak French. So for me, I can't do any of this, and it really hurts me because I get family members telling me, well, you need a job, you need a job. Great, I understand that. But how can you do it when, first of all, you're dyslexic, and it's not an excuse. It's just dyslexia gives me a hard time to learn languages. Okay, but everyone might be like, well, you learned English and all that. It's like, yeah, well, because I started when I was born. My parents spoke English. Their parents spoke English, even though my grandfather spoke Czechoslovakian, and my other grandfather spoke other languages and stuff. Like, you know, the point being, yeah, but the point being is that they spoke English a lot of the time, and so it helped. It helped, but for me, who lives in Quebec, where not by choice, okay, not by choice to live here, okay, because when I was in Utah for 4 years, going to school and married and getting a divorce, it was predominantly English, but you can't work if you don't have a social security number. But the thing is, when I came back, I didn't choose to come back to Quebec. I didn't say, hey Dad, send me to Quebec. I didn't ask that. It was more or less, here's the choices. You can go to Quebec or you can stay in Utah. Okay, well, I can't stay in Utah because I can't work, so I had to go back to Quebec. It's a simple factor. But I can't work in Quebec, so I asked, send me somewhere else where I can work. And that makes total sense. Like, really, it does. It makes total sense that it should be that you need to go where you can work, where it's English, where it's not French, and that would be everywhere else in Canada, not in Quebec, because Quebec is all French mostly. But that's the thing. Okay, you go to like the northern parts of Quebec, like to the top, and it's pure French, 100% French. If they speak any English, then great, but it's mostly like French, pure French. Okay, so when they talk about employment for jobs in Quebec, yeah, there probably are a lot more jobs, but not for me, not at all. And I won't accept that. I don't accept it. I believe that everyone should be able to work in a place comfortably without having to be like, well, I need this, I need that, or because you know, another thing that's funny about Quebec, if you are an immigrant from like England or from like Saudi Arabia or from Barbados or from United States, and you come to Quebec and you want to live in Quebec because of some other thing, or if you're from Africa escaping, like trying to escape to save your life and come to Canada, you have to learn French. Okay, if you come to Quebec, it's the first thing they do is say you have to go to French class. Why? Because they're shoving their French down our throat. They're not saying, sure, do learn French if you want, and you can get a job without the French. It's not. It's more like, learn French, you'll get a job, and you have to speak it all the time, and then your other language you can speak whenever you want, but for a job you need French. So it doesn't help me, it doesn't help immigrants, it doesn't help anybody. So, you know, as I say to Quebec, if you want to become your own country, great, do it, but you're going to lose a lot of exports, well, imports actually, and the exports, I don't know what you have, but you're going to lose a lot. But Canada's not going to want to trade with you because it's like, oh, you're your own country, survive. You want to have everything you have now with the luxury of becoming your own country. That's never going to happen. Nobody wants to be called, I'm from the country of Quebec. Nobody wants that. I mean, it's been very close, 51% saying no to it and 49% saying yes to becoming its own country. And you know, it's been very close, but it'll never happen. It won't. It won't happen anytime soon unless that 51 switches and it becomes a yes to become their own country and 49% say no. But until that happens, I don't think it's ever going to happen. But that's my opinion. I believe that Quebec is going to hell in a chariot of fire because of everything it wants to do. And you know, I have every right to say what I want to say because I believe this, that Quebec is not doing a good job. Seriously. It's a horrible place to live, and that's why we're trying to get out. So then I can work, my mom can work, and we can all survive life and be able to do what we want. So that's what I think on Quebec. That Quebec is going to hell in a chariot of fire, and it's going faster than ever. Like, it'll be gone in no time flat. So, if you enjoyed my video on this, comment below, because I know everyone does, because it is such a big subject right now that everyone talks about it. But also share my video, because it might help with someone to realize that this is what's going on, this is what's happening, and it is true. Okay, also hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed my video. Also, also subscribe to my channel if you haven't, because please, if you want me to talk more about Quebec, put in the comments below. I will talk more about Quebec. Okay, because I think it's a big subject out there that people feel this way. Like, one person felt like that Quebec was stealing from Newfoundland and trying to steal their province and all this and everything. And you know, it can be true, it cannot be true, but I agree that it is true and that it's not going very well. So remember, guys, that you guys are awesome, you guys are amazing, you're one of a kind, you're beautiful, and most importantly, remember, be happy. And thanks for watching my videos that I upload every day of new videos. And thanks for watching again.